Hello, Rama Rama Puput. Hope all are in good health, feeling great, wonderful, having a happy and peaceful life. Now let's continue with the next story. We shall now go into the hall of the Maharishi, announces the holy man of the yellow robe, bidding me to follow him. I pause outside the uncovered stone veranda and remove my shoes. I gather up the little pile of fruits which I have brought as an offering and pass it into an open doorway. 20 faces flash their eyes upon us. Their owners are squatting in half circles on a red tiled floor. They are grouped at a respectful distance from the corner which lies furthest to the right hand of the door. Apparently, everyone has been facing this corner just prior to our entry. I glance there for a moment and perceive a seated figure upon a long white divan. But it suffices to tell me that here indeed is the Maharishi. My guide approaches the divan, prostrates himself prone on the floor, and buries his eyes under folded hands. The divan is but a few paces away from a broad, high window in the end wall. The light falls clearly upon the Maharishi, and I can take in every detail of his profile, for he is seated, gazing rigidly through the window in the precise direction whence we have come this morning. His head does not move, so thinking to catch his eye and greet him as I offer the fruits, I move quietly over to the window, place the gift before him, and retreat a pace or two. A small brass brazier stands before his couch. It is filled with burning charcoal, and a pleasant odor tells me that some aromatic powder has been thrown on the glowing embers. Close by is an incense burner filled with joss sticks. Threads of bluish grey smoke arise and float in the air, but the pungent perfume is quite different. I fold a thin cotton blanket upon the floor and sit down, gazing expectantly at the silent figure in such a rigid attitude upon the couch. The Maharishi's body is almost nude, except for a thin, narrow loincloth, but that is common enough in these parts. His skin is slightly copper colored, yet quite fair in comparison with that of the average South Indian. I judge him to be a tall man, his age somewhere in the early 50s. His head, which is covered with closely cropped grey hair, is well formed. The high and broad expanse of forehead gives intellectual distinction to his personality. His features are more European than Indian. Such is my first impression. The couch is covered with white cushions, and the Maharishi's feet rest upon a magnificently marked tiger skin. Pin drop silence prevails throughout the long hall. The sage remains perfectly still, motionless, quite undisturbed at our arrival. A swarthy disciple sits on the floor at the other side of the divan. He breaks into the quietude by beginning to pull at a rope which works a punkah fan made of bamboo matting. The fan is fixed to a wooden beam and suspended immediately above the sage's head. I listen to its rhythmic purring, the while I look full into the eyes of the seated figure in the hope of catching his notice. They are dark brown, medium sized, and wide open. If he is aware of my presence, he betrays no hint, gives no sign. His body is supernaturally quiet, as steady as a statue. Not once does he catch my gaze, for his eyes continue to look into remote space, and infinitely remote it seems. I find this scenery strangely reminiscent. Where have I seen it like this? Let's continue the next chapter. Thank you. Bye bye. Rama Rama Put